I mean, it's as if there's a crime midst. No, not like that. But please note, this isn't about badgering the witness. This is not about the way in which systematic in their questioning. So can we be systematic in our questioning? In other words, can we ask answers? Remember the movie years ago, Tom Cruise and great court scene, that court, and then Tom Cruise, a system of questioning that will unveil the. And of course, if you saw that movie, and of course, I think you can go to any film or live stream, not live stream, but film streaming platform, and get that movie. It's a great, great movie from years ago. It must be 20 years old by now. But everybody remembers that iconic line that came out of that scene. That Jack Nicholson in his prime saying, "You can't handle the truth." All because of not just the question, but the manner in which the question was phrased, that allowed for the opening of the answer that solved the case, that gave us the movie and all of that. Yes. Why I bring that up is because when we are asking the right questions, it doesn't necessarily mean that the answers that come out of them are easy to bear. Sometimes they're tough questions, but the answer still is very important to our growth and unfoldment and development. Sometimes we have to get real and 100 with ourselves, and the question often sets that up. It allows us to see something that we were refusing to see, or that we couldn't see. And what we were missing was the answer that we were seeking. But all because what? At that moment, before that moment, we could not handle the truth. What if there was a way of questioning that will allow us to not only know the truth, but to know that the truth is not there to harm us, it's not there to badger us, it's there to help us unfold spiritually. There is a method of questioning called the Socratic method, named after Socrates. And and as a famous philosopher, and we all have heard that name before, Socrates, he would take his disciples, he would take his students, and engage them in a dialogue of asking and answering that would stimulate critical thinking, that would come to answers and obvious conclusions. I want you to get this. This guy is considered super wise, but he wasn't utilizing his personal wisdom. He wasn't just pontificating to his students. No, it was important for him in his wisdom to make certain that the wisdom was coming out of his students and they could witness the glory of that wisdom for themselves. And so the best way that he found to do that was systematically through this dialogue of questions and answers that stimulated the mind and brought forth a critical thought that would bring forth the answers to the questions the ultimate questions that they had. It's a powerful way of understanding the correlation between questions and answers. And I want to take this time of breathing space, of breathing and meditating, to bring forth a way in which we can go about searching for the answers without being flustered or frustrated, but instead diving into the adventure of unveiling and discovering what is there for us to know. Again, this isn't about badgering us in a way of judging, being judgmental about things that we have done or haven't done, or things that we should have done or shouldn't have lost, or should have known, or shouldn't have known. All of that is inconsequential. This is about coming up with a process that dives right into, enters right into reflection, that calmly, safely, easily brings forth answers, guidance, direction, instruction that can be confirmed for us. And we can come out of it better. We can come out of it more fulfilled. We can come through it, hopefully unscathed. We can find what we're looking for and searching for, knowing that there's nothing lost in spirit. Would that be helpful to you? Are there some things that are going on in your life? Some questions that you have been searching creation for the answers? Are there some things that you just languish in the why, and you want to get past that? Then I'm inviting you to come with me. Come with me into a state of meditation. And in this meditation that we're about to do, I'll be happy to guide you through. We will open ourselves up. We'll be available for the answers to the questions we seek. And we'll ask those questions. Perhaps those questions that we have been avoiding, or the questions that we haven't considered asking. And we'll do it in such a way that it feels more like an adventure into the unknown as it becomes the known. It will be a play on discovery. We go into our own spiritual discovery channel and systematically set ourselves up for the awe and the wonder of what's available through the Spirit. And it all begins with the breath. It all begins with breathing. You know how it feels to lose your keys, yes? You know how it tightens you up. Where did I put those keys? Oh, what's going to happen if I don't find those keys? We begin to get tightened. We begin to lose our breath. Well, it's like that whenever there are deep-seated answers to our lives that seem to be unanswerable. And so let's start with the breath. Let's relax and know that there are answers abound in this universe. Let's take a deep breath right now as we get ourselves situated for a moment of meditation, recentering ourselves with the breath. Take a deep breath right now. And exhale. It's all beginning with the breath. Another deep breath. And exhale. One more time, a deep breath from the center of the core of your being, the solar plexus. Feel the air enter into the lungs and into your stomach. Hold it for just a moment and then exhale. Feel the body begin to relax as it knows it is being nourished by the breath, that it has the air it needs, it has the substance it needs, the sustenance to carry on. And as you naturally breathe, feel yourself getting lighter and lighter as though the exhale of your breath is moving you along like a wind to a feather. And see that feather that is you being effortlessly lifted into the heavens, into that secret and sacred place in space, where we know that we are one with God and one with all people and one with all life. Know this space and place to be safe and comfortable, easy and effortless. Know this place to be free and easy, calm and collected, centered, and yet still floating, abiding in this presence that is everywhere, evenly and completely present. And this presence that is omniscient, all knowing, this space that is filled with answers. A space that is not unlike your local library as you float in toward the front desk, toward the librarian, and you bring to that librarian an answer that you are seeking and a question that you are asking. And you see the librarian pointing in a certain direction for you to follow. In like manner, we bring our questions and the answers that we seek to this moment, in this moment. And the master librarian is ready to, out of all of those things that could be known, give you a direction in which to follow, an instruction that can help, perhaps even a question that can prompt more clarity toward the answers you seek. And now in this moment, this sacred moment, as we go into the stillness, let us go into that stillness with this question for reflection. And the question is, what question, if answered, would lead me to the discovery of my deepest desire and the fulfillment of my greatest dream? Yes, there are many other questions that you may have. Questions of life, questions of love, questions of career, questions around friendship. But just for this moment, let us reflect on this question. What question, when answered, would lead me to the discovery of my deepest desires and the fulfillment of my greatest dreams? Be still. As you reflect on this question, be open and receptive to any answer which comes. Any answer which comes to the question. What question, if answered, would lead me to the discovery of my deepest desire and the fulfillment of my greatest dream? Remaining open for the answer. We open our ears. We open our inner eyes. We open our hearts. We become aware that the question can be answered at any point in time, any place in space. And so we remain aware, opening our minds. And what is it that that you hear? What is it that you can see? What is it that you can taste as it pertains to your desires? What is it that you can feel as it pertains to your heart? Maybe the question is, what are my deepest desires? Or what excites me the most? Or what moves and inspires me? Or perhaps the question is, who can I call on for help? As we hold on to what has come to us, as we have sought universal aid, let us be aware that it can come as a notion, an inkling, another deeper question, a divine idea. And if nothing has come, it's okay. Let this be a practice in being open and receptive to the answer. Let us practice being ever in discovery, embracing the mystery, being in awe over the wonder that is life, that is love, that is wisdom. Now, as you come out of this meditation, feel your feet underneath you. Come back into this earth plane with a solid and sound landing. Put away your wings. Let the feather settle. And remain vigilant. Be with the question, knowing that even outside of this meditation time, answers can arrive. You can open your eyes if you haven't done so. Maintain your breathing. Give thanks for the relaxed state and the calm that you feel. Stay with the question with a smile on your face, knowing that all is well. Well, I hope you find your keys. More importantly, I hope you find the key that unlocks every good thing that you see. for the answers are there. The answers exist, and the answer is you. I invite you, especially if you have your book, to continue with this practice throughout the week. For in the book, there are question prompts for every message, but particularly for this one. I think this one's going to help so many people to find the answers they're seeking. And so for each day of this week, there is a question prompt pertaining to this message and the reflection question that we asked in our meditation. And each question will help you to gain further clarity and unfoldment around the question so that when the answers come, you're able to recognize them and you'll know what to do next. On one day, there's a question that helps to center you. On the next day, a question that pertains to what you're called to do. On the third day, there's a question for challenging you. The next day, a question to help clarify. On the sixth day, a question for comfort. And on the seventh day, a question around change. I invite you to not only stay in the question, but to also engage in the practice of journaling. You may not be a big journaler, and that's okay. There's not much space in the book to write anyway. But there are a few lines, just one or two sentences might be all you need. And if you have more, if there's a particular question that really opens up things for you, fantastic. Get a sheet of paper and write it down. But spend time with it. Allow God to work with you. And give yourself the pleasure of working with and in God in this most sacred and wonderful way. It only takes 10, 15 minutes a day. And yet so much can come out of it. I want to thank you for being with us today. And if this has helped you in any way, then I invite you to continue to support and give to this wonderful ministry we call Unity of Sacramento. You can go to www.unityofsacramento.com and look for the donation button right at the top of the page. And it will take you to our PushPay portal. It's a safe and secure place that you can contribute to this ministry. You can also download the Unity of Sacramento app. And the app has prompts where you can go to the giving heart icon and it will wizard you through a setup for your own secure account where you can give one time to Unity of Sacramento or give recurringly to Unity of Sacramento. We call it our set it and forget it mode, where you can set it in the way that works for you and then let it be, knowing that you are contributing to a wonderful ministry that has a vision of a world that works for all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for keeping us afloat throughout the pandemic and helping us to help others find their breathing space. I'm not going to open up the lines today, but know that I love you and I bless you and I appreciate you as we go about the rest of our day. And I invite you to stay with us by going to our YouTube channel, Unity of Sacramento's YouTube channel, or our Facebook fan page where you can join us in our Facebook live chat room as we watch today's live stream of Unity of Sacramento Live that begins at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. You'll have a good time either way. And I hope I see you there. If you see me there, give me a nice little shout out as we continue to bask in a spiritual glow with one another, even when we're sheltering in place. Don't worry, good beloveds, it won't be long. We'll be able to interact with one another again soon. Until then, may the light of God surround you, the love of God enfold you, the power of God protect you, and the presence of God watch over you. Know that wherever you are, God is. And whatever answer you need, ask the right question. It's yours. Peace and blessings. Have a great day.